Artemovsk, aka Bakhmut. Honestly, the road will become more dangerous and more difficult to pass through as we approach the city. In general, the situation is tense. There are constant battles with the Ukro-Nazis. Every day, little by little, we are taking parcels from them, both in the city and on the outskirts. The enemy resists, but often in a panic, they break down and run away. Here is a barrel of Ukrainian tank. This area was hit again. 155, 152 and 240 calibers are flying here. This was one of the important crossroads for which there were heavy battles. A road junction. The next crossroad leads to Soldar, and there to Bakhmut. Let's go, there, in the dugout. Girls, faster. The explosion is very close. Let's go to the dugout, to the shelter. You wanted some action. Here it is. Shots started as soon as you arrived, as if by order. We're not going yet. We'll wait a little and then we'll go. Come on, God be with us. All the equipment here is the equipment that belonged to the AFU. Now it is broken. And we are moving on. Let's go. It is dangerous here. There were fights for this crossroad, battles for every 100 meters, in that direction for every 100 meters and in that direction for every 100 meters there were battles. The enemy was holding a stronghold, that's why every 100 meters were taken with battle. It's an anti-tank ditch. Ukronosis were sitting here in their fire cells. Here were their positions. Now we will pass through the trenches, where this anti-tank ditch is. Here, we also came and took these positions with such a difficult battle. The way this forest area looks confirms that there were heavy battles, because everything was killed. The people who held these positions were also destroyed. The territory of the reservoir is all entrenched. Here we also came and took the area with battles. Here were Azov, Georgian mercenaries, the so-called Georgian Legion. Noisy, noisy here, hear that noisy. I would not advise you to go to the factory now. It's just very cold there. At best, we can get closer and you could film the city. Further, there are already heavy military actions that do not stop. And so, our guys advance normally there. We are mopping up the streets. We evacuate the civilians we come across. The other day we brought out 12 people. They waited. They know who is coming. Everyone was waiting, and they did not go anywhere to the last. They say that Ukraine will not stop. Ukrainians are having fun. For example, they drive up, shoot an RPG at any house they like, and that's it. Among the civilians was a young girl with her husband. She is 22 or 23 years old. She was wounded. We evacuated her with her husband. Now we will pass in 150 meters from Bakhmut and from its industrial zone. Do not stick out, because snipers are working. Here is the industrial zone of Bakhmut. It is already dangerous to go further, because you hear the shots. This is the gypsum plant. There are gypsum mines everywhere. In fact, this forest was popular among the local civilians who used to take a rest here. This is the so-called picnic zone. They came here from the city, fried barbecue here, walked in the forest, and now this is a combat area. We have already taken full control of this area. We have already entered the city, but it is not safe there, first of all, for our respected reporters. Therefore, we will get as close to the city as possible so that you can see it, but, unfortunately, no further. You hear shelling, constant explosions, and it's still a small intensity of fighting. There is such an intensity that explosions thunder every second. This is already Bakhmut. There are fighters are fighting now. As you see and hear, fighting is ongoing with all available weapons. Therefore, it is dangerous to stay here, snipers are working here and it is better to leave. These are boxes for the American Browning machine gun of 12.7 caliber, or according to the Nazi classification 50 BMG called. This was the position of this machine gun. They had time. Since 2014 they were preparing. 2-story houses were built in the ground. Not a single artillery will take them. Here is the entrance. This dugout goes deep underground. Here are their shooting positions. Now, this is music. Victory will be ours.